Hey y'all, this is my second video of the day. I just made one about why I think BPD doesn't make sense. And then this one that I'm going to talk about is basically why dating someone with BPD will make you never want to date again. So, once again, I'm just going to be venting about things and yeah, just sharing my experiences and telling you guys how I feel about the whole situation and how I feel now. So, BPD, huh, man, like I've talked about in the other videos, I've talked about my experiences, talked about why it doesn't make sense, all that stuff. But I think just piggybacking off of why it doesn't make sense, that's why you don't want to date in general, because you dated someone who you thought would be your soulmate, you thought was your soulmate, right? And you probably made plans together, about the future. And that's what I did with my ex, and I was stoked. I thought this person was stoked. It seemed like we were on the same page. I know some things, like we shared like different beliefs with some things, but like for the most part with our future, like we both knew what we wanted. And we both knew what we wanted with the other person. So I thought, and things were good. Things were good until, that push pull dynamic started happening. But even then, you're like, it's okay. I'm patient. I can deal with this. It'll be fine. And things are good. Things are really good. And then all of a sudden, it just stops. They just discard you, or they stop talking to you. You talk every day, and all of a sudden, it's gone. Or they're like, I need space. You give them space. And instead of it lasting a couple hours, it'll last a couple days. And then all of a sudden, they're like, I'm better off single. And then you're left for somebody else. That's what you found out. That's what I found out. That's how it was in my case. I'm sure it's similar for most of you guys, but it's wild because it's like, I thought we were on the same page. I thought we wanted to do this. I thought you wanted to do this with me, and I wanted to do it with you. And it's like, you wouldn't have made these plans with each other if that wasn't your goal. Like for me, like even to date someone, I have to be so into you. And the talking stage has to be long enough where I'm like, okay, I could see myself marrying this person, and I'm going to date them with the intention to marry them. And I don't know if this person has the same intention. I don't think so. But you think because you're talking about this stuff, because you're talking about the future and how you want it to look, that they have to be on the same page. But they're not, you guys. They're not. And it ruins you because you think you're so secure. You think you have it figured out, and then all of a sudden it is ripped from under you. And you're left wondering, what did I do? And like, that's all you think about. Like, you really don't think about the fact that they have a personality disorder, and it's them that ultimately ruined you. Like, you blame yourself. Like, for me, I used to be so confident, and then that confidence just went down. My self-worth, it went down. Depression, anxiety, thoughts of suicide. Like, that's how it was for me because I took this so seriously, and then it's just gone. Like, it's gone. Even this person, like, I think 2 weeks prior, maybe even a couple of days prior, hugged me, and they're like, I'll always need you. No, you won't. Because if you could leave me like that, how can you always need me? How can you say that you love me or what have you when you can do this to me? It's just so bizarre, because it's like I was saying with me, if I say something or if I do something, it's because I mean it. I'm not just gonna say or do something if I don't truly mean it, because I know other people have feelings. And that's with me. Like, once again, I won't get excuse me, can't talk. I won't get in a relationship if I don't think I'd be able to marry that person. Like, I will not lead someone on. That's why if somebody pursues me and I'm not really into them, I'm like, hey, I can't do this. Like, I'm don't think that's wrong with me. I'm just being upfront, and I think that's what people need to do, because if they don't, if they lead you on and they future fake and they say, I love you, and they do all of this and then they take it away from you, that is just the worst kind of pain that you can put anybody through. Like, mentally, emotionally, and it ruins you. It ruins you physically. I lost literally so much weight. I'm not eating as much as I used to be. Like, it just changes you, you guys. It really does. And going through that, like I don't know, you think you can trust this person. You share your weaknesses. You share your vulnerabilities. You share literally everything with them, because they're the ones that tell you communication is so important. You share something with them, and I'm not saying communication isn't important, but I'm just saying with regard to this, you share all those things with them and they end up using it against you. Or they're like, remember when you told me this? I don't think you're a good person because of this or whatever. And it's like, you wanted me to be honest. I was being honest, and now you're using it against me. Like, it's so unfair. It is so unfair how these people think and how they can manipulate you and make you feel like you are completely worthless. That's how I felt, you know, even like throughout the relationship. Like, I didn't realize that it was that bad until this all ended, and I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh, or the fact that they were able to emotionally manipulate me and be like, I'm gonna self-harm, I'm gonna take pills. And I feel like I had to be there to stop them. And then they're like, I'm in the hospital. Oh, I just got out, whatever. And I believed it, and I blame myself for it. And it's like I was always blamed for things and I wasn't good enough. And it ruins you, you guys. I can't even describe it. Unless you have gone through this yourself, you really don't know the damage that it can do to you. Like, straight up. Like, I don't recognize the person that I was. I used to be like pretty happy, for the most part. Not like, because I'm an introvert, I've always been an introvert, but like, again, content, confident, but not anymore. Not anymore, because it changes you that much, And because you've gone through this with somebody, because you were so open, because you shared your weaknesses and everything with this person and they used it against you, you're like, oh my gosh, how could this person treat me this way? And you're like, now you're living like on edge. You're like, well, I can't open up to this person. Like, this new person, this friend, I don't know if I can open up to him. Or this new relationship, this new person that's pursuing me, I don't know if I can open up to them, because you're afraid of what's going to happen. Even with me, before dating, I was talking to this person for 6 months because I wanted to make sure, that I knew this person. I'm like, 6 months, that's plenty of time, right? That 6 months was so good, you guys. It was so good. That's why I'm like, okay, well, I can move forward with this person. No, it was all fake. That 6 months, that was love bombing still. And then we got into the relationship and it was good for, I don't know, maybe 2 months. And then something happened that June, and like, this person just blew a gasket over something. And then from there, it wasn't as much. Maybe it was a couple months later, but then it became more and more and more. And again, more arguments, to the point where it was like, I guess, like every day. And even I was discarded, and I'm like, can I be friends? Whatever. I would see this person for maybe, I don't know, the first couple of minutes to start my day. Within those minutes, maybe like 10 minutes or so, there was not ever like a good moment, because it went from so good, so perfect for 6 months to not even one good thing within 10 minutes. That's how drastically that can change. This was over a period of, we were dating for, what was it? 16 months. But in terms of all of this happening, from the talking stage to, I guess, the final discard, That was, how many months? Oh my gosh, I'm trying to do the math, you guys. What's 16 plus 6? 22. 22 months. Okay, so a little less than 2 years. It's just crazy because you think you know someone and you don't. And I've always like told myself like the scariest thing is you never know somebody's intentions. You never know the real person. You could be married to someone for I don't know how many years and you still don't know them, you guys. You don't. You don't know if they're doing this just to benefit themselves, just to make themselves feel good, just to get a house off of you, just to get a car off of you, a roof over their head, just to get children from you. You do not know. You don't know. And it's scary. And that's why it makes you never want to date again. Because it ruins you. But yeah, I'm sorry, you guys. Just something I had to share. Again, another thing that was on my mind. But yeah, I would love to hear what you guys think. You know, again, if you haven't gone through this, like, you don't know. You don't know. I'm sorry. But if you have, dude, like, just share your experiences. Share them with the world, make videos, make comments. Share this with people because people will be destroyed. Like, this is not something that you can, like, easily recover from. You know? I wish it was. I really wish it was. I pray all the time. I'm like, God, take these feelings away from me. Like, it's, ugh, I don't know, good things take time. But it's like, man, it just, it ruins you, you know? So, like I was saying, feel free to share, in the comments below, what you guys think, your experiences, all that stuff. But yeah, thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for listening. Once again, we need to get the word out. But yeah, see y'all in the next video.